Morning, Anna. I don't get to hang out with you today, but you'll probably make do. I'm going south today. I have never left the farm during harvest before, but today I'm going down to southern Minnesota to help out farm rescue with a case they've got down there. I don't remember exactly all the details, but I'll let Luke and the family talk about that when I get there.
Oh man, I figured.
Well, a couple of good sneezes later, and I believe I've made it.
Hello, have you made it?
Luke, I'm at the field.
Okay, come a little further west, and you'll see a whole bunch of equipment, a bunch of people standing here, and we're here and we'll organize.
Are you over by the yard?
Yes.
Okay, I'll head over there.
Okay, sounds good. See you in a few.
Yep, thanks. So this is the organization that I've visited and helped with a couple of times before. They come in and help out farm families during times of crisis. Whether that's a sickness or an accident or a death, anything like that, farm rescue can come in. They can bring as much or as little equipment as needed to help the family out, whether that's with planting or harvesting or even just hauling grain, hauling hay, helping with livestock. I believe they do some of that, whatever it is. And then they can bring in volunteers to help run that machinery and maintain it and keep you moving to help the families do stuff like this. Get the crops off the field when times are tough. Jeez, they got a whole crowd over there. Lots of people here, lots of equipment. My understanding is the family has the majority of the machinery. They just really, they need the people, the volunteers to come in and help them get the stuff off the field and get it hauled in. Yeah, well, I'll pitch it to you.
Okay, go for it.
So, I'm with Guy right now. Guy, I don't even know your last name.
Hilgendorf.
Hilgendorf.
Yep.
That's what I would have guessed.
Can you spell it?
Hilgendorf.
Nailed it.
Nice. I got second in the spelling bee in 5th grade, so that was not one of the words.
Yep.
We're actually out in the field right now, so we've moved out to the field. We're waiting for Guy's dad to get back with the combine. I think I'm going to be jumping in with him is the plan.
Yeah, yep, you'll be hopping in with Keith. Yep.
So before I get in with Keith Hilgendorf,
Yep.
Run us up to speed on why we're here, why Farm Rescue's here right now.
Okay. Dad and I are 5th generation farmers, family homesteaded here from Germany. Him and I farmed together. The last 19 years I was a paramedic, and 2 years ago my dad got injured. So I actually retired and came home to farm full time. And unfortunately this year I was actually going to get our grain cart out on the first day of harvest, and I was in a pretty bad car accident. Broke my femur, knee, ankle. You nailed it. So my uncle and one of our Whiffles dealers got a hold of us and, or actually got a hold of Farm Rescue, wrote a letter, and about 3 days later we got contacted by Luke from Moorhead with Farm Rescue, and kind of the rest is history. They've been here for the last week and been very helpful. So yeah.
Good. That's awesome. I mean, that's what they're here for. So
Yeah.
What's the diagnosis on the leg?
Broken heel. I'm on my 3rd cast. I got that on for 8 more weeks. Then I get a walking boot. The femur, I got a rod from my knee to my hip, but that healed great. Like I always joke with people and smack it around a little. That's great. Knee, we're waiting on some more results. I got all the staples out of my head, and no, all things considered, we were very lucky. So
and you'll be all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm
all right.
Not any more messed up than I was before the accident.
So this is normal.
Yeah, this is normal.
Well,
Yep.
good. That's good to hear. I know I've talked before when I've gone with Farm Rescue before how in the really late 50s, it was 59 or 1960, my grandfather got sick and was actually out in Denver getting treatments, and the neighbors came over. Yep. Neighbors and some people from town, the bankers brought out lunch, like the small community, right? They all got together, came out and planted my family's crop.
Yep.
Obviously I wasn't around then, but you know, it's interesting to think in a way, like when I can come out and do this and volunteer, it's giving something back to the industry that gave to my family when we needed it.
Absolutely.
And I have no idea, you know, but that potentially changed the course of our farm.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know what would have happened, what Grandma would have done, because Grandpa was very sick out in Denver and did end up passing. But it's cool to be able to give back and think back, you know, 60, 65 years ago.
Yeah.
How it kind of comes full circle like that, and to try to support the industry when they need help, like they did with our family. So.
Absolutely.
And what Farm Rescue does now, I think did they say 9 states? Is that right?
Yeah, and they just picked up Wisconsin like 2 days ago. They were talking. Yep.
Yeah, he was saying they've got their first case in Wisconsin here next week. So, They've helped out. I was with them last summer down in Indiana. They helped out their 1,000th. It was their 1,000th case, so 1,000 farm families that they've helped out.
Yep.
All volunteer work, coming from donations and sponsors that give to the organization, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, they've been a godsend.
Yeah. So you said we were headed to the bar.
Yeah, I'm the game for that. They only got like 40 acres left. Let's go.
Is that it? This is it?
This is it.
We're done. They got plenty. Yeah. We come back for like the last round and take pictures with them.
I'm game. They can find us.
Keith?
Yep.
Zach?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. You mind if I jump in?
Nope, that's fine.
So this is Keith, Guy's dad, right?
Correct.
Okay, it's
Yep.
good to meet you. I was telling him he keeps his windows a heck of a lot cleaner than I keep the ones on our combine, so filming works out a lot better in here. You guys can see everything a lot more clearly.
5 range, 180.
Okay.
Say normally this would be 220. Well, from farm rescue, we've had him since Monday.
So they've been out here for a while?
Just one guy, we got one guy, an operator on Monday.
Okay.
And he's from North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, I met him.
Yeah, heck of a nice guy. We had him in the cat. The first day we had him in trucks.
Okay.
And then the next day he was in the cat, disc gripping. And then the third day he's in that Piece IH. So we taught him how to run that one the next day. Now today he's back in truck.
So you're putting him wherever you need him.
Yep, and he's excellent at whatever he does. So,
Did you guys have a plan before you were contacted by Farm Rescue? Did you know what you were going to do?
No, other than family, friends, and neighbors have all offered to help us out. So, and then
There's a neighbor, friend and neighbor out here now, right?
Correct.
Running a Massey combine.
Yes, yep. Yeah, we've had umpteen phone calls of people wanting to help. So
that's good.
And then Kenny Pell, I think, is the one that contacted Farm Rescue, and then they contacted Guy, and Guy did the application with them. So he's kind of done all the legwork and all the planning because he feels like he's contributing to that compared to, because he's not in the combine where he normally is.
Sure, yeah. So I'm sure he feels like, you know, as long as he's able to handle that, he's able to do his part to help out and get this all done. So I'm glad it's been working out for you guys.
I think it's really been good for him he's had a purpose to get all this put together and kept his mind off of not being out in the combine.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah,
it's been really good for him that way.
Yeah, as a farmer, I can understand being frustrated or the way you would feel watching everybody else do the work on your farm.
Yeah.
You know, that's got to be kind of difficult. But
I was concerned when we started combining the field right across the road from his house, and he has the ramp sitting there, and he's out there every morning and with his walker and throwing the ball for his dog, and I'm sure if you or I were in that same position, we'd be about crawling the walls too. So,
yeah.
So
this is your last, few rounds here. You got 2 machines going here, so this is not going to take very long. And then that's all your crop now, right?
Yep, we'll be done harvesting that.
Oh, that's going to be, that's a huge relief in a normal year.
Yep.
But in a year like this for you guys, I can only imagine.
Exactly.
Keith, I got a text from Kenny.
Okay.
Which Kenny is the Whiffles dealer, one of the Whiffles dealers that helped line this up. Also, interestingly enough, my dad's cousin.
Yep.
So my dad is from down around this area.
Yep.
But Kenny says that everybody out there wants me to jump in the Massey combine.
There you go.
So I'm gonna have to do that because also, fun fact is my grandpa and Kenny's dad were actually Massey and Oliver dealers in the 70s.
Yeah.
Down in Petersburg.
Yep.
So they had an implement dealership down there, and my dad, I grew up.
You gotta get in a Massey.
Yeah, I grew up sitting on the pail on the floor of a Massey. I think it was an 855.
Yeah, or
860.
Yeah.
Whatever the old combines were where the cab sat off to the side.
Yep.
See, I better jump in this one. It looks a little bit newer than that.
Your dad will get a kick out of that.
All right, I'm out. I'm headed over to the red machine. They've only got, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 rounds left here, if they don't blow away in the process. know what? He's already got somebody in the passenger seat over there, so I better let him stay in there. That little guy's having a lot of fun in there, so I'll let him enjoy it. He's got a kid in there with him. I don't want to kick him out.
Oh.
He's having more fun than I would.
We were your backup. We were going to get you in there.
I got the dust on me. My buddy John Haynes Photography, he says you gotta do what you gotta do to get the shot. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from him. Can you guys imagine what kind of coordination and logistics it must take to keep something like this moving? With all the machinery and all the volunteers and all the cases and families they help out. And they never know when the phone is gonna ring, and they're gonna have to go 1,000 miles that way before it rings again, and they gotta go 1,000 miles that way. I can't believe they could keep this so organized the way that they do. I feel like we should go talk to some of the people who have a big hand in making that happen. There's a list of some of the sponsors that help these guys out. 1,000 families served here. So I was at the 1,000th case last summer, about 1.5 years ago. So I don't know what that number is up to right now. But a lot of people that come on board to help these guys out make this happen. There's one of the guys.
Uh-oh.
How do you keep this organized?
We have a great team behind us. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
Yep.
A lot of people that work behind the scenes to try and figure out how to make it happen exactly.
That's right. We've got 3 internal gals that help coordinate all of our activities as far as, you know, are they in full compliance with their CDL? You know, we have to, as part of running farm rescue, we have to have our CDLs guys comply with federal motor carrier. So we have to do the random drug pool just like everybody else that has a trucking fleet. And our guys all comply with that. We have people that just take care of that.
So is that one of the things that you guys are always looking for is help not just with the farm machinery but on the truck side of things as well?
Definitely, we're always looking for more CDL drivers.
Okay.
And we get into some of our projects where we're hauling hay to those that are affected, you know, by drought or fires or whatever the crisis may be.
Yep.
And you just can't get enough.
Right. So how about as far as like machinery operators? Is that easier, or are you always looking for help in that regard as well?
Well, equipment operators are also high demand.
Yeah.
But to find folks that have, you know, experience.
Sure.
Good experience.
Sure.
And are current on the technologies. And it's not just all one color. You know, you've seen any farm we go to could have a rainbow of colors.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that, you know, the guys that know the AgCo stuff, know the CNH stuff.
Yep.
You know, they're just as important as the guys that have the deer background too.
That's a whole nother hassle. I can't imagine trying to coordinate all of that all the time.
Well, not all of us are so lucky to have an Onyx available to us.
Well, that does help. He's the one at home getting things done right now.
There you go.
So if people want to donate to Farm Rescue, what's the best way to do that?
You can go to farmrescue.org and do it online that way.
Okay.
Follow the links.
We'll link that down below so you guys can go directly there for anybody that might be interested in that.
And you know, anything you can give is always appreciated. Right now we have ongoing fire relief efforts in western North Dakota, and there's no, you know, end in sight to that, because until we get some moisture, you know, that the whole upper Midwest is frankly a powder keg waiting to go.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like middle of August, everything was so wet.
That's right.
I remember we had 2 inches of rain before Farm Progress Show. which is towards the end of August. We have not had a drop since then. And it's just been 80 degrees and windy all the time.
That's right. There's a lot of parts, you know, in the Dakotas and Montana, in Wyoming, excuse me, that it's been July since they've had rain. You know, so it's, things are dire. You know, there's over 128,000 acres out in western North Dakota that is actively burning or has burned as of today.
And you guys, do you have people out there right now?
So right now we're in the process of compiling a list of those that want to donate hay or straw bales, or want to volunteer trucking services.
Yep.
And you know, anything with fencing supplies like that.
Okay.
You know, we're trying to compile a list for, you know, when these folks do get, you know, their world right and they're kind of out of danger, we can start stockpiling the hay for them where it's needed.
Sure.
You know, we only want to move this stuff once.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
You know, the calendar is against us because winter is coming.
Right. Of course, it's taken a while this year.
Well, it seems like it.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mother Nature is a finical girl, you know.
Yeah, right.
She'll switch on you just like that, so we have to be ready.
Yeah. Well, this, once again, I mean, Luke, you called me a couple of weeks ago and asked if this would work out, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad that it has.
Yeah. Zach, just thank you for being here, and your platform is a wonderful way to help spread our message that, you know, if you know somebody that could use our services, you know, there's no gotchas with us. It's free of charge. We have, you know, there's other ways to do that. We can come in and help run your equipment. I mean, this is the only piece of farm rescue equipment that is here today.
Right.
Is a hopper bottom. And hey, when you've got 200 plus bushel corn, you can't use another hopper bottom.
Right. Yeah.
So that's something else to think about. Is if you just need, you know, somebody to run the auger, the dump pit. If you need somebody to run the truck, run the grain cart, we can do that.
Yeah, you've got people and machinery, and they don't have to come together.
That's right. You know, we're about 10 days away. We're going to do our first case in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Go down and bale corn stalks, and we're going to bring a tractor, and we're going to use their baler.
Okay. So it's really all just a case by case.
That's
deal.
Right. Every situation is different.
Sure.
And you know, you just have to pick up the phone and call, and we will work with you the best way we can. One of our big driving motives here is it's your way, not our way. So, you know, one farm might be no-till, one might be conventional tillage, you know, one guy may not even own a row crop planter, all they have is an air seeder.
Sure.
You know, so it's, we can adapt to about anything.
I cornered Kenny here in the middle of this giant field here, but Kenny's a volunteer with Farm Rescue. How long have you been a volunteer with them?
About 8 years.
8 years? So a long time. Where are you from?
Indiana.
Indiana?
Northeast Indiana.
So it was a drive up here for you.
Yeah.
What makes them call a guy from 12 hours away to come up here? Just trying to coordinate it? You answer? All right, now I got Kevin. Kevin, you're all the way from North Carolina. So Kevin, how long have you been with Farm Rescue?
4 years.
4 years?
No, 1 year.
Oh, for 1 year.
For 1 year.
And what brought you to Farm Rescue?
Lucky enough to see a video, and being raised on a farm, I just wanted to help some people out.
Want to help some people out. Was it like what was the video that you saw then?
It was the Millennial Farmer.
Was it really?
It was a year ago in November of 22, I believe I seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No kidding. So you're standing here today because of one of my videos I did with Farm Rescue.
And at the end of the video, you made the comment that they're needing boots on the ground and CDL truck drivers. And that's what hit home for me.
That's what did it. So you're a CDL holder.
More CDL holders than I am farmer.
But you get to run some of the machinery some too, or they just use you in the trucks? No, you're all over?
I get to run some.
That's awesome. So how did you drive up here from North Carolina?
I did.
You did. And how often are you doing stuff like this? I mean, with Farm Rescue?
I've done two 2-week sessions this year.
So you'll come up for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
go back home, and then you come up and stay with them for 2 weeks again.
Did 2 weeks in October of 23, 2 weeks in April of 24, now 2 weeks in October.
I imagine you enjoy it?
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome to hear.
The farmers are so nice, the families are so nice, I feel at home.
And, yeah, and what a, like, it's got to be so rewarding to watch a field like this get taken off and watch, you know, you would watch Keith roll by in the combine with a big smile, right? He told me when he got in there he just couldn't wait to be done, just because it's just been a difficult harvest for them with everything that's gone on. So yeah, that's really cool. Well, thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
It's humbling. Like, I don't even know how to react when I hear that you found out about it from one of my videos, but thank you. That's it. I'm gonna let these boys hang out around the dryer shack for a little while. They're gonna celebrate finishing up their harvest. I know Onyx and Dad are going back home, so this went quick. I didn't do anything other than show you guys what these guys are doing, so I might make it home in time to help Onyx and Dad. Well, who's driving grain cart if you're driving truck?
No, that was Jim up there that.
Oh, you're talking for Jim. Cart. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
no,
who's
the combine? That app updates right away.
You got Josh and somebody else running truck, Alan?
Oh, Alan, yeah.
Okay.
I had him come out. I figured this might be our last day and his last day, so.
How many acres have you gotten out today?
That doesn't seem like that many. We're got 12 rows left on the 120, and then there's some of the end rows on the southwest side of it. So I think there's close to 80 acres left here, 75.
Okay.
In the whole field.
Okay. I found our combine. Looks like Onyx has done about 70 acres today, according to the app. He's just finishing up some point rows here. And the neighbor is out feeding the birds. Well, that brings us down to about 50 acres left for tomorrow. Onyx knocked out a good, decent chunk here today. It is just as miserably windy here as it was 3 hours south. You guys got a fair amount done here.
Yeah, it went pretty good.
Yeah.
It went good. We just went, didn't stop, and
Good.
Onyx opened up that back piece.
He did the ends over there where we took that line fence out and everything?
Yep, he did all the ends everywhere, so
That gets messy over there where the line fence was.
yeah, he told me that.
Yeah.
I knew that before.
It's not an easy thing to figure out how to plant either.
No, it's not nice.
No. But it's nicer than the old way.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get to help these guys at all either. At least I did a good job of following everybody around and putting working people on camera. Hi, Didge. I'm home. I'm sorry I don't have any leftover French fries. Sometimes when I get home, I have leftover French fries for you, but I didn't stop anywhere today. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Again, Farm Rescue, fantastic organization. We will have links down below for everything, so if you guys would like to volunteer or donate, whatever, we have been big supporters of them for a long time. I gave Luke a check while I was down there again today. We're happy to support and be a very small part of what those guys do to try to pay it back, pay it forward from when the neighbors came out here 60 years ago and helped our farm out, and hopefully never need to do that again. But you just never know. The industry, ag industry, is one that's known for that kind of stuff, and it's a really cool thing. I don't think there's a lot of industries like that are tied as closely together as ag is, where people will really come out and help each other and support each other like that. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. Tomorrow is going to be our last day harvesting for the year. Catch you later.